Okay, so what do you think? You said what's going to happen in Afghanistan. We can talk about that more later, but
Is it a good thing, or is it going to destabilize the whole Middle East again?
Well, I think what America saw was what every other superior nation,
You can't go there and do
even
anything.
Alexander the Great, you're battling geography.
Yeah.
That's one.
And that's why Iran has an interesting stronghold
Yeah.
too, man.
You're battling geography, and you're battling a mindset. You're battling.
Yeah.
Look, what American? What they're trying to tell Americans right now is this: look, you got your guns, but we got nuclear warheads, and we got this, and we're using them on you. Your gun. President Biden came out and said your guns mean nothing. Okay, well, the Taliban has donkeys and rocket launchers secondhand, and now they've beat. I'm not going to say they beat us, but they wore us out.
Russia, the same thing happened in Russia,
And
same thing
England.
happened in Britain and England, man.
It happened to Alexander the Great. No, it's just one of those places that has a geological stronghold, but it's a mental philosophy.
But they have what they call Israel, right? Everybody in the Middle East, they call him Little Satan.
Little Satan?
And you know what they call America? Big Satan. That's how they look at us, man.
But America helped build Israel.
No, I'm saying that's how they, like the Muslim community, that's how they look at America and Israel. So like you say, it's an idea, an ideology, and it's a strong hatred that has been around for a long time. And you know what? Nobody can mess with them, man. They've been living the same way they lived for a very long time, and they have all the heroin over there.
Well, yeah, that's one reason. So you gotta. Okay, what's happened? Why? Because where's most of the poppies blew up in Afghanistan, right? And most of the opiates. Okay, so I don't know if America's moving their military out, then there's no need for the military there. So then you got to think, okay, well, what's happened? What was the deal made? Why is our military being moved out? It's no longer a strategic stronghold because Trump tried to move the military out, and the military said, no, we're going to stay. Even though President Trump wanted to move the military out, the Joint Chiefs of Staff said they would lie and give him numbers and to keep. So where's the deal happening? Why with Biden is the troops being pulled out? With Trump, they were forced to be led. So that's just the inconsistencies. That means there's a string is being pulled from higher sources.
And I found out what that was, man.
What is it?
It's when they look at it, it's called the Islands of the World. It's in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, during the whole pandemic stuff, right? Guess what was the one place that was open for business where the UFC went to, where all kinds of like concerts and sports went to? Yas Island in Abu Dhabi, man.
Abu Dhabi.
Why? Why did the person, when they want to have one somewhere in Las Vegas, right, at the Apex, you know who told Dana White no? The CEO from Disney. You can't do it. But like a month and a half later, they have like 6-7 events set up because they want to push it that way. Look at the people. Abu Dhabi, man. Abu Dhabi's moving towards. I don't know if you did you come and watch the first Conor McGregor fight with me? You weren't there, huh?
No.
In January. So there was a thing called G64. So that company's based. Well, the power players are based in Abu Dhabi. You know what they are? Artificial intelligence. Man. That's where, like, plain and simple. 2021, they were telling you, man, AI is here. We don't really need what you call soldiers there. We just need machines. So,
well, can machines beat the Taliban? What can drones didn't work? So how are they going to beat the Taliban? What's going to beat the Taliban?
They're going to just have what you call like borders. And in these borders, they're going to have these like futuristic technology. Weapons.
What we talked about last week,
like sound frequencies.
What we talked about last week was this. I agree they could use that. They could weaponize anything, I believe. But here's what we talked about last week. We talked about artificial intelligence taking over and we becoming part of the system, being intertwined.
Enslaved.
But what did I say? Accept the people off the grid.
Exactly.
And what are the Taliban? Off the grid.
They're inside caves, man.
So who's winning?
And you know those caves?
They're showing you the way.
But you know those caves, you know where there's copper in them, there's brass, and then there's silver. This stuff messes with they can't scan it.
Because these people are in touch with the land.
Exactly. That's the stronghold.
As Americans, as long as we stay ignorant, then it's not really, we're not really being enslaved.
But have you seen since the U.S. invaded Iraq, so between northern Iraq and I think southern Iran, that's ancient Babylon. One day, take a look of what they left over there. They rebuilt ancient Babylon, man. The pictures are kind of hard to get, but they have a lot of oil over there.
Yeah, but they're trying to do away with fossil fuels, from what I hear.
But they have a lot of it. Israel has 11 miles underneath the earth. They have the Genie pipeline. This is a new form of natural power energy. This stuff's going to take Israel to space. It's going to fuel all their future technology. They're going to be blessed.
And here's the thing about oil.
And they're going to hate them all around.
Well, you can hate them, but you can't do anything if they got nuclear weapons. Israel already has nuclear weapons, so you can hate them all you want. It doesn't matter. Plus, Israel got the back by the United States. And, I don't want to even go into that because that's too deep, and I don't even want to touch that.
But I think our purpose is done of being in the Middle East. Things are going to, like you said, things are going to play out.
But Russia's still there, heavier. No, China's still there.
No, they're moving in.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they're moving in.
So if they're moving in, that means we're voluntarily moving out or being moved out.
Because Biden is what you will call a puppet and falling in line with Russia and China.
So then, let's go back to Afghanistan. Okay, the reason we're leaving Afghanistan is because we have to.
Yeah, it's already...
There's some trade-off going on.
That's it.
What I was just going to say is this. All the oil you can muster in the world is cool, but you still have to buy it with U.S. dollars.
Not anymore. So real soon, look into the Iraqi dinar. That thing is worth nothing right now. Once they put it with gold and the oil, kind of like what they did with Saudi Arabia,
there's an agreement with OPEC in 1972 that oil around the world must be bought with petrodollars.
But I'm saying that's what you call. I feel right now there's like 3 or 4 groups that are battling for the same results, right? That doesn't mean they're gonna play good. They're gonna play what you call nice.
If that deal is done, then America will become a second world country.
That's the point.
That's the reason why we're in the Middle East, is to protect our interests. Because if you can buy oil with the yen, because that's happening in Libya. Gaddafi was saying, "Hey, I'm going to start letting you buy with gold."
There you go. That's been the biggest problem, man.
Why do you think Venezuela is where Venezuela's at?
Because they did the same thing, man.
They said, we're just going to sell our oil. No. America will move its mighty army in on you. But if America can't move its mighty army in on you anymore, well, then that just shows you, dang, what's going on. Or maybe it's past, maybe, as you were saying, I think earlier, maybe the philosophy behind a manned military is done.
No, they don't need
archaic.
They don't need us anymore. So these new wars are going to be asymmetric wars, man. Through cyber technology,
economy,
warfare, nanotechnology, biological warfare. They don't need that anymore.
And cultural warfare we're going to right now. We can talk about that later. We don't got that much time. We're about to shut down. But if you look at American culture right now, where we're starting to go,
it's the council culture. The woke culture.
Well, in China right now. Before we get off, and we can talk about this later. China right now, there's a move to make their population more masculine. That's to make their population more masculine through culture. In America, there's a movement to make our population more feminine.
But that's because of the chemical castration.
Well, not even philosophy, even philosophy, education, all that. So, for example, in China right now, they want more superheroes or action heroes to be Asian men to make it masculine, more masculine. But in America right now, the emphasis is more on the woman. Everything is on the woman. America is not a masculine nation anymore. It's a.
So that's where that thing comes into line, man. About what they did like in the early '80s, man. From the early '80s to now, they started putting a lot of chemicals into our food, into the baby products.
Yeah.
So they're giving women testosterone, right? And all stuff they give them somehow, some way. And men,
soy.
They give them estrogen. Yeah.
The soy movement.
So they're doing
a movement.
So it's called chemical castration.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
So just think about it. The last 20 years, just the last 20 years, and then after that, we don't even need to go back a generation.
Look, I'll tell you this. Oh, dang. Well. Yeah, we should have started with that.
That was great. No, next time we gotta remember the good thing that everybody has the stuff recorded. We can go back and like look at it and listen to it.
That's true.
And then just like maybe do some notes.
That's what you're saying. And
then add to it.
Said, oh wow.
Because like what we're doing, we're just adding to the same conversation. And we see that's what happened to my nephew. So my nephew, he gets these little anxiety attacks, right? So they started giving him medicine when he was 10 years old. Okay. But he would still get these little panic attacks.
And we're getting some provocative stuff.
But my sister has given him everything he has ever wanted.
You hear what I'm saying? We're hitting some provocative stuff.
Yeah.
We're hitting. I'm trying to tell you, because I haven't heard a lot of people talk like this.
No, but I'm saying so my nephew, you know what my sister told me? So now I'm thinking about, is it the medicine? Because you ever heard the original definition of a zombie was when you were growing up. They say, I'm not saying it's everybody, but they're saying that about 90% of people that turn gay have gotten raped at a young age and kept it to himself.
Yeah, they kept
it to himself.
Oh, people are
so now with my nephew, I'm like, what happened? Like I told myself, did something happen to him, or is it the medicine? And I'm saying it's going towards the medicine because he grew like breast, and then he became what you would call like.
Well, some men, I can't remember what it's called. Some men just naturally, they say, you can get that removed.
But he's not, but like if you look at him, he's not feminine. Like, there's nothing.
Just extra breast tissue.
There's nothing anybody that could say to him that's going to bring him down. But you know what he said?
How old is he?
He's 21. So he told my sister, I think I'm a girl.
Just because of the breast tissue?
No. Because what he feels, what he's been feeling over the years.
That's a spirit, man.
No, but I'm saying, then that's what I told myself, that's a spirit of confusion. A confusion. Yes. I'm like, you know very well, you're not a woman, you're a man.
It's a spirit.
But like I told him, back in 1953, they kind of like, they had that under mental problems, man. But like now, they're pushing it for everybody to come out of it.
Most of the elites are gay. Like most of these kids, parents of the children. I mean, the people who rule the world. Most of their kids are homosexual.
And I'm gonna tell you this, man. The oldest religion in the world has been a religion of pedophilia, man. And it started in what you would call the Sahara Desert. That they have like the some of the most ancient. They used to sacrifice kids, but before they sacrifice them, before they kill them, they will rape them.
Well, here's the thing, man.
So they would take that energy from them.
Listen,
that's kind of what we've been seeing on IG.
No, but
they talk about the Hollywood.
That's
the antichrome.
Yeah.
Like you saw what like little Nas X. You saw that guy what he did. He did it. He did it on BET.
About Madonna did the same thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you see how they gave us like two coins of the same thing.
But see, he didn't come out that way.
Nah.
When people were saying, "Wait a minute, man, you didn't come. You switched your platform after you attained."
No, but I knew they was doing that. I told my daughter. I knew the plan was beginning. The infiltration into the children. Because if you look at, he was in all these schools and he was having concerts in school.
I've seen the video.
My little niece watches this thing
called.
called.
Were going crazy for him.
My little niece watches this show called Fat Freddy. You heard of it?
That sounds familiar.
From your MTV Raps?
No, it's called Five Freddy. So what it is, it's these little cartoons of like pentagrams, and then it's all weird.
My daughter tries to watch all that.
But guess what? Guess what? They were gonna make it for anybody that logs into that, the first video that's gonna pop up was gonna be Say His Name from Little Nas. So all the little kids saw it. I told my little niece, don't even watch that video.
Oh, yeah, he is strange to me. Like, now, I think he's just trying to be shocking now.
No, he's an agent. They got him.
No, they got him.
He got to do this. He has to do it. He'll die.
But see, it all goes back to...
so you guys believe in that?
No, it's true.
That there is a...
So it's in Hollywood. You know the symbol.
I don't know what to believe about that.
You ever seen the witches? How they have
the pentagram?
The little wand? No, the little wand.
Oh.
The wand where they cast spells on you.
Yeah.
And what you would call the broom, it's made from a specific tree. It's called the holy tree. Hollywood.
Man, but listen.
So I'm telling you, Hollywood's fake.
Going back. I mean, you can tell.
I've heard so many
going
things
back to the children thing.
But
listen, man. Just go back to the children thing. Look, we're jumping all over. I'm trying to get back to the children thing. The children thing is that women were only used for reproduction. Men were used for the Roman orgies. Those are dudes with teenage boys. Anytime you hear anybody in the middle age talking about an apprentice, those dudes would fuck them. Yeah. Women. Childbirth was too dangerous. When you gave birth to children, women died. Yeah. So a lot of women would not give birth unless you had to be married. You had to be married. It was just for you to be. That's why they took it so serious, because if you got pregnant,
not only that, man,
you could die. So men still had to get their rocks off, so they get feminine boys. Half the artwork Shakespeare did.
It's all.
It does seem like a lot of. There are so many references, like when you watch some of the old period pieces of the estate owners, and something was going on in the stable.
Look at this. All the fashion these days are designed for sweet looking boys.